Hi everybody, it is Thursday, April 14th, and I just wanted to make a short video about what's happening this year overall. As anybody that's a truther or following what's going on, the wake up the wake up call for humanity. A lot of uncomfortable truths are starting to come out about you know corrupt politicians and things like that, and what the old control system were trying to do to us, and things like that. Anyway, there's a lot of information, and as you know, even though I know a lot of this stuff, there's no sense of me adding to the confusion, other than just use your discernment. And yes, it is. A lot of this truth is gonna come out this year. I mean, that's the main plan. Um, but I guess kind of what I was going to talk about was it's basically what's happening is not starting this year, but as this is going to definitely start ramping up, is the clash of realities. That's really what's going on here. It's because, I mean, the further you go down the rabbit hole, the more you get red pilled, the more you realize we're being lied to on so many different levels. It's like whatever, and I remember even hearing that. I forget, some article or something years and years ago. It's like people saying stuff as bold as saying everything you know is a lie, and I'm thinking, okay, I get your point, but obviously it isn't that bad. But in reality, yeah, actually, there's a lot of stuff, so much stuff that I think it was at least 6 years ago that I started to realize it's almost like I have to recalibrate my thoughts, because I had to think of everything like, is this really a cup? Is this color red? I wanted to get kind of a baseline again, and it's sort of like, okay, so I think this clash of realities that we're going to go through right now, and is kind of a recalibration. And it's not necessarily on the physical world. Like, yeah, of course, we still drive cars and we put gasoline in them. So it's not as if we're lied to about that. It's more the bigger lies. It's mostly you know, it's that W5 things, the who, what, when, where, why questions. Well, we're more, it's about um, who, who's been who's been lying to us, and why. It's all these questions. It's like, so why are they so I'm trying to simplify something that is kind of complicated, but the reality is when we're shifting into this new, and that's why we'll call that a paradigm shift too, because we're shifting into a new reality. And for us that have to um, rethink things again, like, because we're just taught the world is a certain way, and then they our controllers have been reinforcing that to make sure that we believe it. If you know what I'm saying. um, I don't know. It's hard for me to imagine a place to start, other than, for instance, we don't have to be driving internal combustion engine cars anymore. Like, all this stuff, it's like we've got so much technology that's hidden from us, and it's not about we're going to be heading into a new technological world and they've been keeping it back. There's that too, but there's also the spiritual part of it too, which is like, we're told that to compete with the Joneses and whatever. It's all about your wealth and things like that. That's not why we came here. Because ultimately, what you're going to find out is these are these are just classrooms. We're spiritual entities inhabiting physical bodies to learn experiences. What our controllers have done is make us think that this is this is a physical reality that we're stuck into, and they've carefully crafted the rules of this reality, but to make it make sense to us, although it never does. If you notice, for instance, that's why our science never really it can never close the books on things. Things are always it's always open ended because there's nothing really makes sense ultimately, and it's it's whatever. I can go on. Uh, so I'm just trying to simplify it, and I just want to make a short video to say that I know what's coming is going to be a clash of these two realities. The one that's closer to what's real is coming, and the fake one that we've been kind of living under is going to be fading away. So there's a transition period, and that's kind of where we're at right now. And because of that, it's the uncomfortable truths are going to come out. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So, um, I mean, I'm prepared for it, but I think there's just so many people out there that this is going to be a hard pill for them to swallow because they're gonna. It's hard. It's going to be hard to fathom, and I think that's why. Um, I'll use the term the white hats. They're doing a controlled rollout of this because they understand, um, not necessarily how fragile our human beings can be, but it's more like it's hard. It's hard for us to do such drastic changes in such a short period of time. So we have to do a slow reality rollout. So that's what they're going to do. So it's this truth is going to come out slower than we wanted it to. But you got to admit, the people that are red pilled and people that are, you know, truthers, we've been slowly learning this. For me, it's more like I've learned so much for sure about what what's been happening here on Earth. But for me, it's also a remembering, and I think a lot of us are going to remember it. And that's when someone says, "Okay, that rings true," or "That resonates with me." When they say that, ultimately, I think what we're saying deep inside is like, "Wow, yeah, that just makes a lot more sense to us." It's more like we're going to be remembering more things, like the way things should have been, and the way things. It's going to make more sense. Ultimately, that's kind of what I'm getting at is the new paradigm that we're heading into won't be so chaotic, and it won't be so unsensical. This'll Where we're heading is going to be it's going to make a lot more sense, and things are going to be more easily understood, even though they sound crazy right now. Like, for instance, free energy. There's energy everywhere. We are energy. We are vibrating. So it's about harnessing that free energy. We don't have to be a slave to their system at all anymore. We are free beings, and we're creator beings. That's one thing we're going to find out is we're going to when you guys realize how powerful the human beings are in our consciousness, it is gonna freak you out probably, because it's like we're realizing, you know, we're the ones with all the power. Ultimately, we're connected to source, and it's like trying to capture a firefly, put it in a jar, and then control it. That's kind of what our controllers have been doing. They're capturing energy and they're controlling it for their means because they can't make energy. We are connected to ultimate energy. Anyway, I can go on about that, but so I guess I'm just trying to make a short video. Just say I'm still out here with you guys, trying to break free from this prison planet and figuring out what's going on. Um, but yeah, just be prepared, which we are, I guess. And so I'm not teaching you guys anything or telling you something you don't already know. But yeah, get ready because we're going to go through a paradigm shift, and it's really a clash of realities, and we've got to do this kind of with a buffer zone. We got to do it a little bit slowly for the people that aren't aware, or which we call the sleepy. Okay, that's my short message for today, and yeah, just hang in there. And the reason why I know I keep saying stay positive and stuff like that is because when we let me put it this way, a year from now, a lot of people are going to really have this figured out, and we are are manifesting this future. We are manifesting our reality. So by staying positive, you're creating a positive timeline. That's a key thing to remember. And the reason why the negative entities are keep trying to get our vibrations low and us to be more negative is because they don't want us to change their negative timeline. They because they know that we're creating this reality. So if they keep us depressed and down, that's the world that we live in. So that's why don't buy into the fear, stay positive, and that's the direction we turn this boat around. Anyway, I'm trying to simplify it as usual. Okay, have a good week. I'll talk to you later. Bye.